Well, with depending on the genus, like diunes, if they don't get any pollen or even a whiff of pollen, you're going to have these little teeny little unviable seeds. And if it gets even a whiff of pollen, you'll get some full-size seeds, but doesn't mean they're always good. And if they're pollinated correctly, then you're going to get big full-size seeds. And then you'll probably have some underdeveloped ones where the pollen didn't get to it. And that's kind of how that works with diunes. But with encephalartos, most encephalartos, you'll have the seed get full size even if they're not pollinated. With most species of encephalartos, if these were no unpollinated, they'd still look the same. But then again, other species of encephalartos are different, like the Fredoliki gleamii complex, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and Glenckii and Cycadifolius. That group of plants, if you don't pollinate it, you're going to get really undersized seeds, just like kind of like the diunes and stuff. But and then if they're pollinated correctly, they'll get full size. But most of the other encephalartos, they're always going to get full size. Doesn't mean they're good. Yeah, if you don't pollinate your plants, we don't have, here in California, we don't have the native insects pollinators and stuff. And so if I don't pollinate a plant, I don't get good ones. Occasionally, especially with cycas, a lot of the pollen blows by the wind and you'll get good seed with cycas and some other things. And occasionally, if there's a male cone right next to a female, you might get lucky and maybe 2 or 3 will be good in the whole cone, and then we've actually had, things that have done that, and we've had wild naturalized little encephalartos growing all over the place on our farm, and they weren't pollinated plants, but that is very, very rare. And generally, if you don't pollinate it, you're not going to have any good seed. How you tell if the seed is good and viable, you need to sacrifice some. You cut them open, and I cut them the long way, like this. Oops. This is a good one. Okay, these are pretty developed embryos. This embryo needs to go down right away. This is almost fully developed. Normally, these seeds have been sitting for a few months at least. So normally you won't have this big, long embryo. You're going to have just the smallest, tiniest embryo with a suspensor coil on it. So that's a good seed. It's getting close to sprouting. I'll pull out the embryo. And there probably will be, see, there's a string still there. See the string?
Oh, yeah.
Boing, 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 boing. That's the seed like that. But that embryo, that coil will usually be a little bit bigger when the embryo is smaller. And so that is a perfectly viable seed that will sprout. I could have took this before I cut it open and just threw it out anywhere on the lawn out in my backyard, and it would have sprouted on its own.
Okay.
That's how easy they are to do.
So
they're good.
So
this is good also. This one that I looked at, the first one I cut open is actually good.
Okay.
So there's your embryo on that one also. So both of those seeds were good.
Okay. So that's 2 out of 3, huh?
No, that was 2 out of 2.
2 out of 2?
No, 2 out of 3, yeah.
Okay.
2 out of 3. So that one's good, and you can see the embryo in there, and you can pull them out, and you want to cut them just perfectly down the center right there. Your embryo pops out right there.
Okay.
So there you go, 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3, by the way, is excellent germination.
I think so.
If you get 2 out of 3, that's about usually as good as it gets.
Okay.
But with exceptions, I've had 100% germination at times and 90%. But generally speaking, if you're getting 45%, you're doing really well.
All right.
Okay.